For a downhill mountain bike racer, competing in the UCI World Cup Series is the absolute pinnacle of the sport. Riders from all corners of the globe will spend 6 months of the year on the road in pursuit of that elusive perfect race run. But only the very best can win on any one day. There is no margin for error. For the Lapierre Gravity Republic team, they come into the new season off the back of an outstanding year in 2013. With 15 World Cup and World Championship podiums, 4 overall series medals and a Junior World Cup win, with the team finishing second overall in the standings, the only thing missing was an elite World Cup race win in the ultra-competitive men's category. In 2014, the pressure is on for the team's 2 elite riders, Blenkinsop and Loic Bruni, to finally deliver that elusive first World Cup win. This is their dream. This is a life worth winning.
I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Check. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. Feel me? I just do what I do. I don't know about you. I just do what I do. Listen to this rhyming exhibition. I'm something you ain't seen, like an honest politician. This ain't just head hitting. A lot of pinched nerves on necks are caused by bars that bless spitting. Wait, don't hate, I just move how I move. I can't describe what it is, I just do what I do. I am better than any rapper from here to wherever, and my legacy will harass my offsprings forever. I flow and write better than any, I'm the hottest, and trust me, that's not being conceited, that's being modest. I'm being honest, pop up my collar, school of hard knocks, I graduated with honors. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you.
In the south of France, team manager Laurent Delorme is working hard on preparations for the new season. As a 10-year-old veteran of the World Cup circus, his experience and knowledge is invaluable to the Lapierre Gravity Republic team.
The first professional team was at Q-Bikes, and it was the first time that a boss gave me a budget, and I had to take care of this budget. We created from nothing to an international mountain bike team. I think it was 11 years ago. It was a super small brand, but the group was a big group because they were producing some bikes for mass market. At Q-Bikes, it was the first time that we had enough money to create an international team. It was the first step of the learning, you know, and it was a really interesting part of the story. I saw that the gap between the strong team, the more efficient team, and us was enormous.
It's the first time with the big structure, and we start exactly the big history, the pure agency, and during 3 years, definitely is a good work for the future. I think during the 3 years we make a good job, and after I think get ready for the big one,
Got to do the jumps. You look like an idiot if you don't.
In 2008, the team started a new deal with French brand Lapierre, also hiring 2 new riders, Spanish elite David Vasquez and British junior Danny Hart.
We started the project with Lapierre with 2 successful riders.
I started riding for Lapierre, powered by Saab Salomon it was back then, in 2008, and so my dad approached them. My dad does all my management stuff, if you like, and he approached them, and we ended up coming to an arrangement, and it was really good of them to give me a chance, because it's hard to get onto a World Cup team straight away as a first-year junior.
David was supposed to be the leader, and Danny was supposed to follow. He was junior rider, and in fact, just after I think it was in New Zealand, there was some really big jump, and Danny said to David, okay, stay here, I will open all the jumps. And he started the relation like this, and he said, okay, I respect you, but I am the young rider, and I will smash everything.
It was going to be Danny Hart and me, and I really thought it was a great combination because I had the experience and Danny Hart was the young one, so you can always get some of his energy. It was actually a tough year, especially the first one. It was a really tough year, just we didn't get the results we were expecting. And yeah, having Danny there, it was also pushing me to try to stay on top,
Going into a French team for me, it was quite eye-opening. Like, trying to explain things, and the language barrier was quite substantial sometimes. Like, I would take things the wrong way and they wouldn't know how to put things to me, and Jack used to just smile and nod at me, and I'd be like, oh, he didn't understand that, so let's try again. Sometimes it came across quite hard and upset me a little bit, and then I'd go tell my dad, and then my dad would be like, oh, what's going on here, this, that and the other. As my dad always just wants the best for me, and if I wasn't happy, he would voice his opinion. There was a lot of miscommunications, I think.
By 2009, Danny was already an established name in only his second World Cup season. At the last race in Schladming, Austria, all he needed to do was finish his race run to take the Junior World Cup Series overall, sweetly on his 18th birthday.
How you feeling today?
Good, because I'm 18.
Oh, it's your birthday, isn't it?
Oh, happy birthday, Dad.
I am 18, everyone. Looking forward to tonight, I am.
Birthday beats.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. Good night's sleep, I'm ready for it. I wanted to win the Junior World Champs and the World Cup overall, and fortunately I missed the Junior World Champs, just wasn't fast enough on the day, but I knew I was consistent and I was doing well in the World Cups, and I took a World Cup overall, and that was all with the help of the team, and it turned out really well. It was a learning curve for us all, I believe. I think I was the first junior he'd worked with as well. And my dad, it was the first time that he'd let the reins go off me and let me go and do my own thing with the team. And yeah, it was just a big learning curve, all in all. It was just crazy.
Step by step, the team was beginning to find its place amongst the leading powers of the World Cup circuit. In 2009, Kiwi rider Sam Blenkinsop was approaching the end of his contract with Yeti, and team manager Laurent was keen to secure his signature for the 2010 season.
After last year I wanted to just be on the podium like every race, but it's harder. It's hard to all small the shorter tracks and stuff. It's just hard to have like a good run and that kind of stuff. And I know next year's going to be sick with all the tracks it's mean, so I just can't wait for next year.
Sam Blenkinsop for me was kind of a dream. When I was looking in the videos, I used to tell to everybody, okay, I absolutely want to work with this kid because he's got the good face, he's got always the smile, and you can feel, you can watch that he's happy on the bike. I called Gilles Lapierre and I said, okay, I will do an offer for the kid I absolutely want. It's Sam Blenkinsop.
The main part for me, just because I was on Yeti the year before, and it seemed a little bit more professional than what I'd been on before, and working with Jack, and it was going to help me, and it seemed like it did. Like the first year I was on the team, I don't know, just everything seemed to click, you know.
Sam immediately warmed to his new European surroundings, rewarding the team's financial gamble to sign a top elite rider with multiple podiums in his first season.
All I had to do was just ride a pretty solid race at the last one in Windham, and ended up third on the day and then third in the overall, and that was like my best overall result until now, and still is. So.
Yeah, good job for the season. I'm very happy. It's the first season with a big rider, and we are very happy with the team and the bike and everything. Look at that, man! It's amazing! It's Sam Blenkinsop. He's the best in the world.
I remember exactly the time I first met Sam and Cam. I landed in Scotland before them for the first World Cup I did. I was with Jack, and he was like, I was asking so many questions to him, like how is Sam, how is Cam, what do they eat, what do they do?
I remember the first time in Glencoe, the race in the UK. Just see what, just like that on Blinking. Never on the bike, just, Blinking, he's there. Oh no, Blinking.
Oh, like, hello, I'm Loic. Hey Cam, I'm Loic. Cam was a big guy, I was like, oh shit.
In 11, we decided to include Cameron Cole and also Loic Bruni. Why Loic Bruni? Because he was one of the fastest junior. Then it's not because he was French, but he was fast. Then we wanted him in the team.
That's where the new team member has joined you this.
Oh, Loic, the French one.
What's he like?
Yeah, he's good, man. He's I know he's a bit of a character. He's pretty relaxed, you know, and seems to be pretty, easy with stuff. And he's did a run with him before and he's pretty fast, so yeah, he's a good kid. He should be maybe surprising a few people this weekend, I think, with his speed. So
Do you think you'll pick up some bad habits being around you guys?
Nah, good habits, man.
He'd be more relaxed hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Won't be as stressing.
Because of Sam was the idol of Loic, sometimes the relation was not natural, it was more artificial. It was like in a movie.
My first run, crash in the third corners, big flat body, and after I see Blenky flying in the wood. No, not a crash, a fly. Yeah, really. 10 meters.
Loic was in love with Blenky, and he was working and sharing some good time with Cameron.
We kind of, I guess, rubbed off on him naturally, you know, like we were top 5 guys in the sport, me and Sam, at that point, and he was, you know, pretty impressionable, you know, being so young.
Did you pick him, Bruni? He's a junior, he's a young kid. Does he get there?
Yeah, usually. We try.
You're a big player.
Like at school, you know.
I push you off.
Steal his lunch.
Cam is, il est très joli. It's good, man.
Yeah, as soon as he came on the team, it was just like an easy thing, you know, easy fit. But from the start, he was just like, oh, eat shit and crap everywhere. Didn't really row about too much and just had fun.
And the charismatic young Frenchman slotted right into the team dynamic alongside the Kiwi duo of Sam and Cam. He was also capturing the attention of everyone in the industry as the young rider to watch as focus shifted towards 2012. Now entering their 8th season on the World Cup scene, the team weren't afraid to start pushing the limits. 2012 saw the arrival of the new state-of-the-art motocross-style truck and trailer pit setup. Bought from the Pro Circuit motocross team, this was a dream come true for everyone connected with Lapierre, providing them with a 5-star base to work from and maximising their exposure in the paddock.
After SRAM, we were the first team to come back on the World Cup with a big truck and trailer.
Straight away that first year we got the truck, it was always like, everyone wanted to check it out, you know.
It was something like a tool, the good tool to help the riders to be faster and faster and to help also the staff to work better.
They say a change is as good as a rest, and this rang true as Cam and Loic continued their good form into the new season. Missing the first race in South Africa due to injury, Cam was able to make his return with a brilliant 5th place on one of the toughest tracks on the circuit in Val di Sole, Italy. However, not all was right in the Blenkinsop camp and he found himself in a bad run of form. Last stepping onto the podium at the World Championships at the end of 2011, he would miss out on a top 5 result in 2012, finishing a disappointing 15th overall in the series.
I had kind of just 2 bad years, well, not bad years, but I think I just felt like I was going fast, so I didn't really need to do anything more, you know.
With the hungry young Frenchman Bruni hot on his heels, Blenkinsop found himself looking backwards instead of forwards. With Cam confirmed as leaving at the end of the year, this may have saved his Lapierre career, as Bruni continued to impress in his 2nd junior season. Outperforming his idol in 2 of the 7 races and stepping onto his first elite podium in Windham, as well as winning the Junior World Championships in Leogang, the stage was set for a showdown year in 2013 between Bruni and Blenkinsop.
After junior year, you need to be consistent and try to start at top 10, maybe 1 or 2 good races.
With the pressure off for Bruni as he entered his first year of elite racing and a rejuvenated Blenkinsop back on a World Cup podium at the first race in Fort William, the two would switch overall places countless times through the season, culminating in a dramatic finale which saw Bruni and Blenky finish 4th and 5th overall in the series, whilst Bruni recorded his best ever result in a World Cup with an unbelievable 2nd place in the stunning Austrian Alps. Confidence could not have been higher coming to the end of the year, and everyone was looking forward to the year ahead in 2014.
The goal is to be as fast as last season and admit that we are looking for the top place for every race.
We don't want to be arrogant, we don't want to... I want always fair win, you know, and I want always riders to be kind with all the other riders, but for sure we are working for the win now.
With the 2013 Downhill World Cup coming down to the very last race run of the season, 14 was one of the most hotly anticipated in the history of the sport. Tens of thousands of fans and spectators descend on the beautiful and often remote mountain locations all over the world for a chance to catch a glimpse of their heroes.
To see what it has done in, I guess 15 years is incredible. I don't know many sports that have progressed this fast in 15 years.
You can tell now, like, it's not just 10 or 15 or 20 dudes working like super hard, and now it's 40, or more. Like, in the times on the tracks, they show that everything's just gone up another level.
Riders have taken on the role of extreme sports superstars, with online coverage exploding in recent times, creating a whole new level of interest and in turn increasing the pressure to perform that's present in all athletes competing at a top level.
Firstly, you have to come from yourself, If no one will make you perform if you don't want it anyway.
When an athlete doesn't, admit to the pressures of racing, it's kind of like sweeping it under the rug, and it festers and it grows and it doesn't go away.
I think most of the pressure just comes from me, like no one else gives me any pressure. Laurent wants results. He doesn't come and say, oh, you better win today. No one's going to perform really well if someone comes and says that before you race,
I think there's some people are watching me to see if I am maybe a good rider or not. But every year I felt that I had to improve and show that it wasn't one shot,
I don't race my bike to get in the top 10, I'm not happy about it. I want to win races, that's why I started racing,
I talk with the athletes and try and use that as energy, because you can turn that pressure into something very positive.
Fort William, Scotland. Every year the entire World Cup circus descends on this sleepy Scottish town for the biggest event on the race calendar. This year, the team is in the Scottish Highlands 3 weeks early, putting the final touches to a new prototype they hope to debut here at the World Cup. The second round of the British Downhill Series proves a perfect testing ground for the team to get some last-minute data, as well as allowing them to get some extra practice time before the World Cup comes to town.
We have a new bike to try, and so we have cable testing and to try and find the proper setup and proper setting for the race, and especially for the World Cup.
Today for the BDS we put tape everywhere to hide it because we don't really want people to see it. They all laughing tape bike, but I think at the World Cup they will be beautiful. And definitely when we tested the two bikes, the old one and this one, every time this one was faster. I think we're gonna win some seconds, some precious ones.
3 weeks pass and the venue is transformed into a mecca of mountain biking. What often seems like the entire mountain bike population of the UK crams into the finish area at the bottom of this classic course, where only the very best of man and machine can expect to leave with a good result.
Today's been quite a big day for Lapierre. We've just presented to the press the new downhill bike. There's been a lot of work that's gone into it, numerous prototypes that have been produced, a huge amount of testing from all of the team riders, and obviously a great deal of work from Nico and from our engineers. Emmeline's going to be racing this weekend on her new frame. Unfortunately, the other riders, basically there were a few on-team delays and we couldn't get enough ready for them all in time.
We are all disappointed about waiting the new one, but we have to stay focused on on the season and just ride a bike and ride it fast. So all bike on new one, just a matter of 1 second. But if we are strong mentally, we can go faster with this one.
Yeah, it's good because it's not just at the end or at the bottom. It's on the old track, even at the start, and people just walking, and you can see them sharing and hear them they are crazy. I like Fort William because it's a track I like, and yeah, it was a big challenge because we received the bikes, and yeah, it was a bit of pressure because I was the only one on the team to ride with it, and I want to do well and I have to do well.
Attacking the course in her trademark aggressive style, Ragot was able to withstand the heavy pressure and deliver Lapierre a maiden victory for the new bike in its first outing.
She took the bike and she won. First race with the new bike and World Cup win.
It was good because it was the first time the new bike came out and yeah, like first podium and first win.
It was the target to have the new bike on the podium, and we are on the top of the podium. And Emmeline, she made the job and she made it perfectly.
They were able to produce a really successful bike because 4 wins. We had Loris winning Meribel and he was world champion with this bike, and 2 World Cup wins with Emmeline. It just proved that all this work was not for nothing.
When you have a team and when all the people are flirting with the top 2 or 3, and Emmeline, it's exactly the same case. I would say that it brings a lot of positive pressure on the others. She is riding before the man, and it gives something additional on the positive side to the guys as well.
For Loic Bruni, his younger years were spent looking up to Blenky as a superhero of the sport. But in 2013, the pendulum had already started to swing, and the two would go head-to-head again in 2014.
I feel a little bit different, the relationship with Loic and Blenky. Now he's together, he can win the World Cup,
Because of they are competing, and the 2 were able to be on the podium. For sure, the sport relation in the team when we were working was a little bit different. It's an individual sport, then I totally understand this type of relation. They want to perform, they want the first place.
Now it's like 2 brothers. Like maybe sometimes we fought a little bit, sometimes we clashed, and then sometimes you get pissed off, because he's beating you or something. Just small things when you get pissed off with your sister or whatever,
Oi, I don't have the controller, guys, right behind you. It's wrong for your brain to get the information, because I'm reading something, Cam.
I feel like it was more competition between them, and even if they don't want it, and even if they say no, for sure no is still my best friend or whatever, you can see it from outside for sure. But it's normal, we are all like competitors and we want the best.
Definitely for me it's so difficult because it's 2 big friends, But I can tell Blenky, the thing at Loic or reverse or something like that. I push 100% Blenky and push 100% Loic, and after we see after the race,
When I was junior, I felt like I was his little brother, like really. I wasn't competitive for him, I was just like a small guy coming and on the races. And when I came elite, like on every races we had the same points. We were really close, so we were, now I have to beat you. Yeah, you have to beat me. So it was funny, but there were a little competition for everything,
We're very good friends, but there's still a rivalry. It'd be the same for like Greg and Josh. It's like a young rider coming through and he's beating Greg now. You'd be pissed off a little bit.
In sport, intense rivalries between 2 top athletes very often become bitter relationships and can threaten to destroy even the strongest friendships. But for Sam and Loic, this competition only seems to strengthen the bond that exists between 2 racers. Spending time together away from the track has become an important part of the season for both racers.
Soit ça, à quel niveau que ce soit, je pense que c'est bon. Donc voilà, avoir un ami, un confident, un modèle avec qui on fait la course, en plus de faire la course avec tous les autres, ça peut être que bon pour les 2.
They generally enjoy each other's company, and I think that's good because I think they remove ego, and I think that's a real important quality, and they realize again that may the best man win, and they're not focused on each other. If anything, there's more strength in learning from each other, and that way they're both going to grow more as a rider than sitting in their separate corners of the pit.
I think we both help each other and we are better men and better riders.
It's funny how things happen, like he was like a big fan of me, and then now I'm like a fan of him because he's such a amazing fella and like good rider and good friend of me.
We always want the best for each other, So it was like a richness, To have Blenky in a team, it's like being rich.
Leogang in the epic Austrian Alps was the setting for round 4 of the World Cup series. After his second place finish in 2013, for Bruni, this was a race marked in his calendar since the start of the season as his best chance of grabbing his first ever World Cup victory. Approaching the race with a free mind and full of confidence, Bruni seemed to be on another level compared to everyone else. With last year's winner and World Cup champion Steve Smith struggling with injury, could Bruni deliver the team and himself a maiden victory?
Cool track, looks really good to ride, so I don't know, I like the place. The place likes me, so I count on this one. Yeah, I think indirectly I put a little bit of pressure because I always been pretty good here. I just need to be smart, you know.
It had already been a turbulent season for Bruni, having crashed out in Australia whilst green at the first split and recording a disappointing 12th place finish in Fort William. But with a 4th place podium finish already under his belt at the first race in South Africa, this was the perfect time to return to the place which gave him his best ever World Cup result. The pressure on young shoulders was already high and the team had to work hard to keep expectations from the media and the fans to a minimum, so Bruni could focus on what could be the biggest race of his life so far.
Yeah, a lot of people is looking for the win for Loic, and I think he's too young for the moment to be efficient with this type of feedback, you know.
All the people they say, yeah, you're very fast, but the result is not the training, you know. Yeah, looks good, but the result is just after the race, you know.
It's really hard to win because I never did. But for sure this track is cool and the place is cool too, so last year I went second. The next step is first.
Bruni was in great form as focus shifted to the Saturday qualifying session. A win here would only add to his confidence and set a marker for everyone else to follow. For the first time in his career, he knew that here was a course where no other rider could get close to his level of speed and performance.
I think it's his first win in quali. He worked a lot for that. He has to push because a win you always have to push, and I think he's able to be consistent and really efficient with a big push and with a big aggressivity on the bike. He's able to win. Yeah, he watched the Troy win, and for sure it's kind of a contest with Troy because he's 1 year older and he wants to follow and pass Troy now. Yeah, it's always a good motivation when you have somebody chasing you or you chase somebody for maybe 4 years now. Then it's always good to have this kind of example.
Sunday, race day. For every downhill racer, this is the point that they will work towards all year. For Bruni to get a result, he would need to be at the top of his game in every aspect. A strong racer relies on a strong head, and there are no hiding places on the mountain for the last man down the hill.
What are you doing?
Some race on the motocross.
Really?
I won.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Relaxed?
Yeah, I have to. I feel like a little bit nervous still, but it's race day, so it's normal. And yeah, just don't think about too much, you know, being the last one.
Try to use it as your advantage.
Yeah. I don't know, just don't think about it, you know. And what's gonna happen, yeah. So it's already written, you know. I felt really good all weekend. I had good fun on the bike. Track was fun to ride, like so fast. Even if it wasn't the most technical of the year, it was good fun to ride and to go fast. And I won the quali, so that was the first time I won anything, you know. And I really felt, you know, when you're sure about something, I felt that it was gonna happen. I was having a good race, you know. I was like, wow, I was having a good feeling on the bike, good moment, you know, of your life. One of the best the best riding you can get, you know.
I was with Laurent, the coach, and we had, I think it was after the second split, it was in green. Then I was thinking, okay, it's gonna happen. And I said, okay, I will tell to the coach that it's gonna happen. And I said, Laurent, it's gonna happen.
Allez, elle est pour nous celle-là. Elle est pour nous. Allez coach, elle est pour nous celle-là. Putain de merde!
Crashing out on the last difficult section of the track whilst green at both splits is a tough lesson for any racer and a devastating blow for everyone connected with the team. For Loic, he approached the last corner already celebrating in his mind, and he paid the ultimate price for complacency as he lost both his wheels in the loose dirt, and with it, the race win he had always dreamed of.
I didn't really realize when I crashed. I just take my bike, and when I crossed the line, and I just watched at the timing, and I saw +7 or plus something. I was like, man, how can you be so close of winning a race, a big race, and just crash?
You were happy to be you were flying.
It's when you have the opportunity to win a race, like a World Cup, you don't have hundreds opportunity like this. That's the only thing I really regret a little bit, but I can't do anything, you know, I crashed. It's how it was supposed to be.
Representing Australia, you got time, you were going. You got time, you were going fucking fast.
Representing the Republic of South Africa.
Everyone saved the time. But I won it now.
You held it together yesterday. But you have to push so hard on this track. There was where you crashed, Greg almost crashed. Common Fear, there was quite a few people because they were just pushing that. This track was so tight, it made everybody push too much. You're alright. It's good that you feel this way though, because that just makes you more passionate for next time. As the dust settled and the realisation of what had just happened started to sink in, Bruni would need to draw on all of his mental strength to put this disappointment behind him. Champions and legends of the past have all experienced moments like this in their careers, and the ability to bounce back and learn from mistakes is the mark of a true competitor.
Like I told you, it was written and I didn't ask to win here. I didn't. So.
Is the win going to come this year?
Yeah, I'm touching it, but I didn't grab it, so I want to win one. So I knew I could do it today. If I was close today, I can be close again, you know. That's what I try to say in my head, to be stronger. So yeah, maybe one day, soon.
You know, it's life, it's racing, so it's sometimes it's not happening how you calculate it. So you can't be where you have to be. So every time I was close, I could reach my first win, you know, fucking first win. But I didn't, and yeah, it was hard.
Bah, bien sûr, Loic il était très déçu et nous aussi, hein, parce qu'on le voyait vraiment vite, on le voyait capable du meilleur, etc. Et voilà, après ce qu'il y a, c'est qu'il faut relativiser les choses, hein, ça reste du sport, c'est rien de grave. Loic il est très fort pour relativiser les choses aussi. Après, ça n'empêche pas qu'on remette les choses en question, qu'on voit ce qui a été fait bien ou pas bien, les hauts, les bas, etc. Donc il faut tout remettre en question. Après, voilà, faut relativiser les choses un maximum et c'est ça qui permet de rebondir le mieux possible.
Nice, France, and for Loic Bruni and his fitness coach Laurent Solier, this is the setting for Bruni's intense training programme.
When you train and you don't want to go, or you are blowing up, you know, you just think about the fact that all the other ones are doing the same, even harder and many more time in the weeks. You just want to put more intensity and train more, you know. How do you think G or Greg win races? They freaking spend hours every day.
Comme tout sport de haut niveau, on a le droit de rien laisser au hasard, donc oui, il faut être performant dans tous les domaines, hein, quoi qu'il en soit. Ça laisse pas place à des gros points faibles en tout cas, donc oui, il faut être bon partout, que ce soit sur le mental comme sur le physique.
Alors Loic va faire son test d'effort.
pour voir un petit peu son état de forme actuel. Le protocole, on va faire 2 sprints. Ensuite, on va faire un test Wingate qui est un sprint sur 30 secondes. Et après le test PMA pour un petit peu ses capacités d'endurance.
We all know that there's obviously a certain amount of strength that is required, but you need to have a balance in your body and you find a way where your human body is performing at its best power output. Every once in a while you get the athlete, I think, you know, you get the Ricky Carmichaels of motocross, the guys who've got the talent, who've got the work ethic, but the journey truly is more important than the destination. And I know we've all heard that, but there's when the magic begins, I think, with an athlete.
If you have gone over everything with a fine-tooth comb and you know it's all dialed, then you get to Saturday, it makes it a lot easier mentally to perform, you know.
You're ready, you're already fit, you're working the track, but if mentally you're weak, you're not going to ride good.
Preparation is the key for every rider, and for Sam Blenkinsop and his trainer Todd Shumlick, coming into every race with all boxes ticked is a big priority.
I've been working with Todd for 3 years now. The main thing, like ever since I started with him, it was just like I needed more power on the bike.
That power has to be harnessed mentally. That power has to be harnessed, obviously physically, but even breathing and respiratory.
Anyone in the top 10 can win on that day. Even top 15 riders can win a World Cup. Everyone's working on small details. I think everyone's so close. Like you can be in the top 10 and you only be what, a second off the podium. So it's crazy now.
The UCI World Cup is a global series and teams travel to many different countries in pursuit of the perfect race. For Kiwi rider Sam Blenkinsop, Mont-Sainte-Anne, Canada is an old favourite and a track he knows he can perform well at.
They've done a few changes on the course and yeah, they're good. I like it. It's cool that they do that every year. Kind of makes it interesting, you know. It's not every year we come, it's kind of the same track, but they change little things and open up lines and it makes it more difficult.
We passed now the middle of the season. It's the 5th round of the World Cup. Then we have 2 really important rounds here in North America.
If I have a smooth run, I can be on the podium for sure, because it's one of my favourite tracks.
Now as a veteran of the sport and approaching the end of his 5th season with a Lapierre team, Blenkinsop is keen to deliver on a course which has always promised so much. A long high-speed course with roots, rocks and massive jumps, Mont-Sainte-Anne is tailor-made for a rider like Sam. But with his best ever result here being 6th place in 2008, he has never been able to consolidate his good speed in practice with a podium finish. In 2013, Sam had qualified in 3rd position only for a late rainstorm to severely damage his chances in the race. In 2014 he has qualified in 8th and is keen to make amends for last year's disappointment.
It's race day and yeah, I feel good. Had a okay qualifying yesterday, so I'm pretty close to everyone. Like all of us are on the, it was like 5 of us in the same second, so go all out for the finals and have some fun.
With his confidence high after a good week on the bike, Sam could feel that this was the time it was finally going to come together for him in Sainte-Anne. With teammate Loic Bruni already at the finish and looking set for a top 10 result, the pressure was on to beat him and step back onto a World Cup podium for the first time since Norway in 2013. Putting together a great run and knocking reigning world champion South African Greg Minnaar off the hot seat by over half a second, Blenkinsop was eventually able to confirm a 5th place podium finish to end the successful week.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I've been feeling good all weekend and I had a pretty clean run and yeah, I'm happy I'm on the box. So. Yeah, it's good. It's 5th. It's good, but not like that exciting. But it's good to be on the podium. I'm happy. Yeah, it's what I aim for every week, and it's a different winner. I like it. Not the same dude winning every weekend. It's like Sam, Troy, and then yeah, there's been a different winner. Yeah, all this year, so it's cool. So hopefully it's either me and Loic next week. So yeah.
For Sam, Mont-Sainte-Anne marked a turning point in the year as, together with team manager Laurent, the decision was reached that Sam would be leaving the team at the end of the season.
When I started working in the sport industry, maybe 13 years ago to now, one of my best choices was to include Sam in the team and to share some good time with him. He came with his passion, he came with his good spirit, and he's got like the Kiwi flair, you know.
I'm gonna miss Blenky a lot. Since I began World Cup, he always been there, always. Never missed a race, I never missed a race too. And I don't know, he's like, when he's here, I'm happy, you know. When I see his face, I'm like, I feel better straight away.
Yeah, those are the good memories, like sharing the podium together with all the team and just hanging out with Loic and just riding, having fun and just doing everything I love, and Lapierre kind of made that happen, still make it fun, you know.
After a week in Canada, the team moved on to Windham in the state of New York, USA for the penultimate World Cup race. A track notorious for providing insanely close times due to its short length and relative technical ease, recording a second podium in a row for Sam was going to mean a near-perfect run down the mountain on race day. After a qualifying run riddled with mistakes, Sam knew that he needed to turn it around before his final run of the weekend.
I think a lot of people had big mistakes trying to push too hard, and it's still close, but yeah, I thought it'd be closer for this kind of track because there's nothing really in it. It's just that kind of track if you get the flow and then you're in the motion and then you've done a real clean run. So I think if I just ride kind of smooth tomorrow and don't make any big mistakes like I did today, but I still want to ride out of control a little bit.
Race day. And alongside his trainer Todd Shumlick, Sam is going through the final stages of preparation before his race run. Todd helps Sam with a procedure known as PNF, a series of stretches designed to maximise an athlete's physical performance on the bike.
It's a type of way of getting the muscle to fire, trigger the muscle, create mobility, and that mobility usually allows for more, range of motion or freedom, and create just muscle recruitment. So they're firing a little bit more, blood flow. Some of the stuff just helps mentally, just to know that you're getting a chance to do everything you can do. Don't go fast, don't go fast. Have an exciting run.
Yeah.
When you got exciting runs, you've had your best runs. Go have an exciting run.
Yeah. All right.
After a near flawless run and within sight of the finish line, Sam pulls off a daring inside line on one of the final jumps and crosses the line into the hot seat, with a final result of 4th place, consolidating his place on the podium for the second time in a row.
It's good to be on the podium. What I know of, it's my first time I've done it. 2 podiums back to back, so it's pretty good. Good feeling, and I think we need to keep it going. That's the only hard part, just every weekend trying to kind of be consistent. Another one?
Yeah.
Hopefully
Good.
In France we can do better, no?
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Just the top was a bit easy.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I pushed, I'd crash.
Unfortunately for teammate Loic Bruni, a flat front tyre would end his chances of a good result, leaving him in a negative mindset so close before the last race of the season in his home country of France. For Sam, this was an opportunity to lend his support to his close friend and rival, in the hope that he could bounce back yet again at the end of what had been a difficult season.
Don't worry about it, man. You're still fucking young. You're gonna smoke these cunts one day. Okay, bro? I know, I feel like I've got a bit of, just a bit of momentum. I'm just kind of thinking a bit more straight and got my coach helping me a bit more. Happy how the season's gone. Had some ups and downs. Like, I feel like Fort William I could have, would have been on the podium there, so yeah. But that's racing, you know. Same as the week today, flat tyre, you can't really do anything about that kind of rubbish.
Blenky is definitely my first choice for my heart, and also there is something special with him. Then I can't be more proud of him and more proud to work 4 or 5 years with him. And the podium is just the result of hard work and the intensity of his work, you know. Next couple of days we have 3 days off in the Big Apple in New York, and after we go back in France, waiting for the World Cup in Meribel. Then it's kind of a straight line to the end of the season, and we have to keep the pressure.
Behind every top racer is a supportive family, and for the Bruni and Vergier families, this is no exception. In Cagnes-sur-Mer in the south of France, Loic and Loris are spending some time at their family homes before the World Cup final in the French town of Meribel.
Welcome to Cagnes-sur-Mer. Here's Bruni's house. So I'm gonna show you around. So here's I still live with my parents, and I have a few stuff around here that you may wanna see. 4th overall World Cup elite last year. Crystal globe. So this is crystal. It was a surprise one because after the last round of the World Cup I was 7, and I did a pretty good race in Leogang and came 4th finally, just in front of Sam Blenkinsop, so I beat him.
We are nearly neighbor with Loic, so it's awesome I think, because we are in the same team but we are so close.
This one is one of my dad's one, Leogang, where we had the national champs this year, 98, maybe 16 years ago. So I was 4th and he was racing in Leogang.
Last year was a big year, first year junior with new everything, new team. It was hard with the crashes and everything, so it was good to learn and to have good race and good result, but it's always harder when you are first year junior. So I take the title and it was just I think incredible, because it's always hard to be back on the bike and with no fear after a big crash.
When I was 9, it's my first race. Oi, it's my first race.
Your first race you won that?
It's my first race trophy. Mama Avalanche in Lyon. It's 4-cross race almost. 2004. I was 9.
What? That was your first downhill race you ever did, and you won the trophy like that?
Yeah, because I was alone. Yeah, on this race I was 9, so that's why I was alone. So I had no chance to lose.
There was no other races?
No. Some Blenkinsop. 2010, before I came on the team, I was scared about going to see him and ask him a jersey, so my friends came for me and asked his jersey, and they gave me.
I just won a poster of Loic because it was a downhill mountain bike legend. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty strange next year because I will ride with this guy, and I'm still like a young man who's dreaming about these guys, so it's gonna be pretty cool I think.
And this one is 2011, my first year on the team. To Loic, with a small draw. You are a dick, haha. Now you're a good friend and we have good races to come. You will be number 1. Sam Blenkinsop. Cool, no? And now Blenky is leaving, Emmeline too, so we're gonna be only 2 riders on the team. We'll try to be the same with Loris that Blenky was to me, no?
Loic est super content d'avoir couru au sein du même team que Sam. Sam, il aurait pu être avare.
De donner de l'expérience.
Voilà, de montrer peut-être des trajectoires ou quoi. Or, il a quand même pris Loic sous son aile. Je pense que ça l'a aidé aussi. Donc maintenant, c'est vrai que des fois c'est Sam qui est devant, des fois c'est Loic. Bon, ben bientôt, ça sera pareil avec Loic et Loris.
I know I am already like a big brother to Loris, but I will try to stay someone like this for him, because I know him actually since we're 4. I hope nothing's gonna change.
When I used to be a small racer, I came with my father because he was raced too with the Loic's father and Loic's too. We were together with Loic and just watched them fight on the bike, like, come on! It was a good thing because we always learn about the friendship between 2 racers.
Il écoutait beaucoup, il voulait beaucoup de conseils. On lui disait il faut rouler ici, rouler là, rouler à fond, rouler doucement ici. Et Loris écoutait beaucoup. C'est pour ça qu'il a bien progressé, il a progressé très rapidement parce qu'il était avide de conseils.
Je pense que l'aspect spectacle, adrénaline, vitesse et tout mélangé, ça l'a vraiment attiré pour qu'il vienne sur la descente.
But I think my parents have a big role in my young career, and it's the same for every rider. if you have no one who push you or believes in you when you're young, you can't drive 3 hours to go on a races by yourself, you know.
I love when my parents are coming on a race because I feel less pressure when they're here. My family are pretty good and I love my family. So, and when you win, you share the moment, you know.
The final race of the season had arrived, and for the Lapierre team this was more than just a last chance to prove their worth in front of the French crowd. For junior rider Loic Vergier, the overall World Cup title was within grasp, and for Loic Bruni, this was the race where he could turn around his fortunes in front of expectant friends and family, as well as the thousands of fans who had come to support him.
Yeah, coming to Meribel, we had a lot of things to prove on this one because it was the last chance. Honestly, I enjoyed the full week because I could feel that every people was passionate on the bike, so they were like looking at the bike, looking at the track, the riders, and all like enjoying really the race.
C'est sûr que Loic, il avait du poids sur les épaules parce que médiatiquement, il est en France, coureur français, qui peut gagner la Coupe du Monde, une manche de Coupe du Monde. Je pense qu'il y avait beaucoup de personnes qui attendaient que ce soit en France, tu vois, qui gagne la manche de Meribel.
Riding in front of your family, your friends, a lot of crowd, and a lot of partner with good products, with good looking, with yellow plate, and I said, okay, just enjoy.
During the whole week, I didn't think about being serious or save my energy. I just stayed on pit, talk with people, talk with my friend who came, with my family. I really enjoyed everything.
After his puncture in Windham, Loic arrived in Meribel with a point to prove. Having not been on the podium since the first World Cup of the season in South Africa, there would be no better way to renew his confidence and motivation than a result in front of his home crowd. For junior rider Loic Vergier, a season-long points battle with American rider Lucas Shaw had culminated in a last race showdown which would decide the overall series winner. As the current title holder, after winning the competition in 2013, Loic was hungry for more titles before his step up to the elite category the following year. With a forthcoming Junior World Championship also in his mind, Vergier was keen to get one over on his rival and prove to the rest of the field he was the man to beat in the junior category.
We are so close with Luca. We have maybe 15 points, so between the first and the second place you have 20 points. So if I win, I win, and if you win, it's over, but we will see if it's okay or if I add it or not. Yeah, I've seen it. It looks pretty good, like always, and he looks concentrated and focused on the race, like.
Last man down the hill and attacking the challenging course with the maturity of a racer many more years his senior, Vergier stormed into the finish area with a gap of over 3 seconds on fellow junior rider Laurie Greenland. Vergier was able to wrap up the race win and the Junior World Cup title in front of a jubilant home crowd.
What a good day! Now it's just like a dream. I think in 2 hours it's gonna be perfect. Like, oh yeah! Oh yeah!
It's not sensation like this in the world. Just cross the line and win in front of the Frenchies.
Moi j'ai trouvé ça génial parce qu'il y avait une ambiance de feu, tout le monde criait, tout le monde pleurait quand il a gagné. On s'est tous serrés dans les bras, c'était chaleureux comme ambiance et vraiment j'ai adoré.
It was one of I think the best race of my life in France and in the world.
It proved that he's really strong. I think his time will be hard to beat also for the big boys, and I'm really proud of that. I think this race is just to prove before the world that he's able to win and he's able to make some good time also, to make a good time for when he will be elite rider next season.
Yeah, today is the final of the final, so it's one of the last day of the season, so we all are pretty excited and sad. I'm sad because I didn't have a really great season, so I would like to have more runs of the World Cups,
and I don't want it to finish, but I have to enjoy the day and to commit. If I can grab a podium here, I'll be really, really happy. Of course, I will try to win because I feel good. So I hope I will have a good run and finish a good result.
The life of a top downhill racer is built upon fine margins. Races can be won or lost in a split second. Confidence can be lost or gained in an instant. And whole careers can swivel based on a single race result. But the strongest minds have always found a way to overcome the harsh challenges of racing and take their place amongst the legends of the sport.
On a senti qu'il y avait une atmosphère particulière, comme si ça s'était un peu suspendu. À un moment, il n'y avait plus de bruit, jusqu'à ce qu'on le voit vraiment physiquement, puisqu'on était en bas de la piste. Moi, l'écran, je ne le regardais pas. Hein. Mais quand on l'a vu là-haut, on aurait dit qu'il y a une ferveur qui est montée. Et là, c'était simplement super.
For a racer's family, watching them hurtle down the mountain on a race run can seem like they're right there on the bike with them. As Loic rails every turn and pins every rock section, his mum Sylvie is living every moment on the bike from the bottom of the course. As Loic fires his way into the finish arena, the suspense is unbearable. 30 seconds seems like a lifetime as he traverses his way across the grassy piste in the pursuit of a life-changing result in front of a huge French crowd.
Such a good moment, you know, when I crossed the line after a season like this. I had a good run. And I saw it wasn't a green light, but it was 1 second of Samir. And I was so happy to see everyone, so I just high-five every people on the side, just things.
Je pense qu'il était ailleurs, comme dans un rêve.
Il était content, il était vraiment content de toute cette ambiance, cette population.
I felt that I didn't succeed to anything, but I felt that I reached a good point, you know. I could tell to my little kid, yeah, well, like in Meribel, I had a lot of fun. Thousands, it was good, you know.
End of the season, of the World Cup season. In 2 weeks we have the Worlds, but we finished the World Cup on the top all together, and it's the happy end as usual. And it was a great pleasure to enjoy this good time with all these 4 incredible riders.
I expected a good result for me to end the season, and I finished on the box, so I'm really happy. Proud of being French because the crowd was insane.
After a tough season of ups and downs for Bruni, his result in Meribel acted as a kind of redemption. But for the Frenchman and his team, the ultimate goal remains, and learning from mistakes made in 2014 will be the key to success in the future.
Je pense que c'est vraiment pas évident de gagner en descente et voilà, et je pense qu'il se sentait capable de gagner sur toute course, sur une ou deux courses, et ça l'a pas fait parce que y a plein de paramètres qui rentrent en jeu, les autres pilotes sont très forts aussi, donc il y a peu d'écart entre les pilotes. Pourquoi ça l'a pas fait? Voilà, c'est des questions qu'on se pose pour essayer de résoudre ça et y arriver l'année prochaine en tout cas.
Mais logiquement, quand il claquera sa première, ça changera tout le déroulement de sa carrière, de sa saison et de sa carrière.
Even when you have a shit season, like not a shit season, but a so-so season, you're really happy to see that you're not forgotten totally, you know? They still want you to win, they still believe in you. As long as you're racing, they believe in you, you know? So that's cool.
With the 2014 World Cup season over, junior rider Loic Vergier shifts his attention towards World Championships in Hafjell, Norway. His last race run as a junior before his step up to elite racing in 2015 is a successful one, and he adds the coveted rainbow stripes and the title of Junior World Champion to his achievements in an outstanding 2014 season. With Vergier confirmed to join his close friend and compatriot Bruni in the elite category on the team in 2015, and with a production version of the brand new Lapierre bike to aid them in their performance, the sky is truly the limit for the Lapierre Gravity Republic team in 2015.